Hey everybody, don't forget to check out my bookie Sportsbook and Casino, America's most trusted sportsbook in 2019. You can look at betting lines and place bets in bare knuckle and MMA. Don't forget to use our referral code down below for a 50% sign up bonus. That's my bookie Sportsbook and Casino. I just had to get your thoughts. So we talked to your, you know what I'm going to ask. So we talked to your opponent last week. Okay, we talked to Reggie Pena, and like I don't know if you remember, right after your fight, we talked to you, and I was asking you about if the beef was settled and if everything was all good, and you're like, yeah, in my opinion, it's settled. I respect them, blah, blah, and all that good stuff. We talked to Reggie last week, and in his eyes, it ain't settled. And I don't know if you saw it, but he had a lot of choice words to say about you, man. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you think about that? Like, where are you at with him? And I hate to like draw it out, but it just seems really interesting. Like the way you guys, the way it kind of started, and then the fight itself, and it's just, and now this, it's just, I'm not into the whole drama thing, but it's really interesting to me. Like, what do you think about his response to the fight, and what he
Yeah.
called you?
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I'm a gladiator, pure and simple, man. I'm a banger. I come to fight. I don't come to talk. I don't come to make friends. If I say something you don't like, so what? You can't whoop me. I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like Reggie, he's an emotional guy. You know what I mean? He was. I would say, my coach kind of pushed me over there to give him the old good job and a hug after the fight, but I really didn't want to because he was an asshole the entire time, bro. He's talking about me being not being genuine. Fighters, when we bump fists at the end and hug and shit, that's for the kids. That's for any kids that saw the show and they're like, oh, hope them guys ain't gonna kill each other in the parking lot. You know what I mean? But truthfully, like, nah, man. I mean, I shook his hand and stuff because he took some good punches. You know, he didn't see it that way. I don't know. The doctor and the ambulance. Somehow the other people convinced him that he did better than he did. You know what I mean? Everybody want to see a rematch. If you a Reggie Pena fan, you wouldn't want to see a rematch. He almost got. I mean, come on, man. That wasn't even close. Not even close. Like you guys are like people telling Reggie like, oh, it's okay, you did good, you should try it again. Hell no, you shouldn't try it again. You lucky you made it out of there. What
So,
you
so
talking
what
about?
you're
Why
saying is you're not interested in a rematch.
it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, bro. I wouldn't even want to. It'll be disappointing to the fans. I wasn't even like I wasn't even using all my shit. You know what I mean? I like a challenge. Reggie Pena is no challenge for me. That's not a challenge. You understand? Being tough and all of that, that's okay. If we were in a Western fighting in a freaking bar room, you know what I mean, punching each other, see who can take them. But this is bare knuckle fighting. If you can't move your head, you're dead. Reggie can't move his head. We talking about a concussion, likely brain damage, maybe some long lasting injuries. Why would you put him back in there with me? All them big shots. I must have watched the tape 40 times, bro. It was dangerous the whole time, from ding to dong, from the first round all the way to the last round. He
Let, let,
just was too dumb to fall.
let me play devil's advocate here, Lorenzo. Let me play devil's advocate. Okay. You the first round, I don't there's nobody in the world, in my opinion, that could argue you had a strong first round. Like, you were sticking it to him. That first round was strong. Okay. Second round, I thought you had it and it was strong. And like you said, self-admitted, you started kind of slowing down. We were talking about after the fight. Do you think that, like, what do you think would have happened had it gone? Because his argument is that if it would have went outside, if it would never got stopped because of the hematoma, he thinks that, I guess, the cardio game is what he's saying. He thinks that the cardio game would have went to his advantage if it would have kept going. What do you say about that?
there's an old saying. If ifs and buts was titties and butts, we'd all be fucked. Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen. Reggie, he's listening to the commentators. He's listening to all those Tampa fans that were cheering Reggie, hoping that he got something going. Even when Reggie threw his flurries, he wasn't even touching me. He didn't hit me with no shots like I hit him. I'm hitting him with body rocking shots, changing his direction, changing his mind about what his game plan was. And even in the third round, he's talking about he's coming back in the third round. Where? You mean right after I landed the left hook and the shot to the body that lifted you off your feet? I may have looked tired, but I recover fast. See, and that's how I train. I don't train to never get tired. I train to recover fast. And when he went in the corner with the doctor and they looked back at me and I was ready to go for the fourth round, it was just going to be more of the same. More of the same. If y'all saw me slowing down at all, I was baiting Reggie. Come here, dummy. Come here. He was coming anyway. He would walk right up to me. I'd blast him in his face hard. I didn't have to do nothing sophisticated. I didn't have to change no angles. I didn't have to do nothing but wait for him. He walked right up to me and let me punch him in his eye. It was going to be more of the same in round 4.
So, like, you're not at all interested. I mean, I know you said it, but you're not at all interested whatsoever in another fight.
Maybe for some big money, you know what I mean, or something like that. But I'm more interested in some of these other big names that they sign in. Some of these guys are jumping in, you know what I mean, jumping in the bare knuckle, thinking it's UFC or thinking it's jiu-jitsu. It's not. It's not boxing. It's not UFC. It's not none of that shit that you've been doing. So I'm hoping to get one of them other big names that's jumping in the ring thinking because they got all these fights, you know what I mean, that they're going to be a bare knuckle shoe in. No, this is something totally different. This is going to be totally different champs. Ain't no UFC guys coming over, taking over bare knuckle because they not prepared for this. You can't bail out to the ground game when your face get all swollen. You can't bail out to jiu-jitsu when a guy got your number up top. So you gotta stick with it. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm past Reggie Pena. You know what I mean? I'm reaching for a belt. I don't think keep fighting Reggie Pena is gonna get me that. I'm reaching for big money. I don't think fighting Reggie Pena again is gonna get me that. You know what I mean? So like it's a waste of time to me.
Who's in your radar?
Anybody who gonna get me to where I need to go. Anybody
No,
in the crew.
nobody in particular. Nobody on your spectrum. Like, yeah, I want to punch that motherfucker in his face.
Nah, I don't see. That's the thing. I don't have no enemies, and I didn't pick Reggie. Reggie and his crew picked me. I'm new to the sport just like everybody else. The only difference is I don't have all the friends and the connections to be able to pick who I want to fight. Reggie and his crew picked me, and I found out about it. I found out about it months later. You can't take that from me. Reggie wanted to pretend like they weren't being sneaky. They were being sneaky. His whole camp, they thought they had one. They thought I was a lame. They thought I was a duck. So they picked me, thinking it was going to be a win for Reggie. He's looking past me, thinking he's going to be the Tampa star, and everybody's going to, don't look past me. That's stupid. That's stupid. You know what I mean? They tried one and they failed. Don't do that. You know what I mean? I've been training, I've been busting my ass. I fought a bare knuckle fight already. I won in the 3rd round knockout. Then I trained to fight for BKFC in September, but it fell through. And I wind up getting on this card. So I never stopped training. I'm ready. I'm down for whatever. You know what I mean? These guys, they drinking beer and eating burritos and bullshitting, thinking they can just jump in the ring and beat somebody like me.
What kind of time frame are you looking at in order to return? What kind of time frame would you like to see?
Shit, I go in November. I'm driving on November the 16th, hoping somebody stubs their fucking toe in Mississippi so I can jump in the ring like a nutcase and do it again. I'm going out there just to size them up. Like, shit, you know, I'm going to be on weight and everything when I get there. I'm going to be ready. Like I said, I hope somebody stub their toe because I'll take that. I'll take it. Yeah, every time they got one, I'm taking it.
I like it, man. I like
I
it.
can't argue with man.
Yeah.
That's tough to. I tell you what, man.
I have a
That's
very similar mentality. I'm right there with you, man. Just call me and let me know. I'll fight tomorrow.
Bruh, call me and let me know. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a surprise every time. I love to see the odds. I love to see, I'm telling you, guys making a real big mistake carrying around those records like it means something. Shit means nothing. This is brand new. This is a brand new sport. You're still talking about guys who tapped out. Oh, I'm 16-5. Bruh, this is not that sport.
Right. Yeah, it's
This
a
is
brand
not
new thing,
that.
man. It's totally
Bruh,
different.
this is
It's a
brand
whole new
new.
game.
I agree, man.
So,
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and continue the trend here. We're asking everybody, Jason Knight and Artem Lobov too. What are your thoughts on it? Who takes it?
I like Artem. I like Artem, man. I like Artem. I
I
look at man, and I'm gonna say it like this. They both of the guys. They like to take shots. They like to take them to give them and everything. But somehow, out of all those punches, Artem came out cleaner. You know what I mean? And I think I don't know why they wouldn't consider that. When they made the decision, and I think they did. You know what I mean? It was a war, but look at Artem's face and look at the other guy's face. You know what I mean? It's written all over your face. You know, like you say, anybody has the potential to change it up and switch it up and try some new shit, and it might work, it might not. But I think Artem has a way of forcing guys to fight like that. I seen him do. He'll make you bang with him, and that's trouble. You might say, "Oh, I'm going to try to jab. I'm going to try to change angles. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." Yeah, but the guy's making you bang. He's forcing that fight. And if you he's been winning like that. He's been winning like that.
I agree. It's not always necessarily the prettiest, when he fights, but like you said, he forces you
Yeah,
to fight
yeah.
his fight.
I mean, excuse my language, but he's tearing, he's ripping you up,
Say
bro. It's
say
like
what you want, man.
he's
There's
he
no censor
he
on here.
he ripped that guy's face up, bro. He don't even look the same. Like that's crazy. And so yeah, I'm going to see it. I want to see what happens. I'm not a guru. I'm not science. I'm not real scientific when it comes to picking fights and all of that. But like I say, he dangerous, man. That's dangerous. Maybe he can trick him or do something different, but I don't see it. I don't see it. He looks a little bigger than him too, and he's if he's not utilizing range and all of that now this late in the game, then you're not going to be able to do it, on the fly. Like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm taller. Let me try this. Hell, it's not going to work. You're going to be right back banging. And I think Artem's a little stronger than him too.
He might be. No, I think you're right. I think Artem probably because Artem he fights 155 and 145. Jason, I
It
don't
was
think he would.
35, 45, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think he would
Yeah,
ever
'cause
fight a.
I know he walks around right at 155. He talked about that down in Tampa.
Yeah,
Like he's like, I weigh 156, 157 pounds, so 55 is easy.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looks a little bigger and stronger than the other guy. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see.
And I guess while we got you on too, we'll keep this trend going too. Are you gonna watch Masvidal versus Diaz? Are you into the UFC?
Yeah,
What do you think, man? What do you think about that
I
fight?
was a long time fan of Diaz. But lately, as the more I see more of them, I don't know if you guys were been into combat sports long, but there's a look on a person's face when they took too many shots. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali had it, but more so what's his name? What's his name? The guy, the greatest boxing match ever. They bank route.
Mickey Ward?
Say that again.
Mickey Ward?
Mickey Ward and the other guy. What was the other
Arturo
guy?
Gatti.
Arturo Gatti. You remember how Arturo Gatti looked when he fought Mayweather?
Yeah.
He had this real somber look on his face, and it's just like this. It's almost like a embalmed body, like a it's just like a
like a shell of himself.
Right.
Yeah.
I see that on him now.
On
I see
Nate?
that on Nate now.
Gotcha.
I see that in his face. You know what I mean? You can see it right on his face. It's like he used to be bad, but I don't know if he can turn that fire on. That fire, that fire burns out after a while, especially when you use it up in such a destructive way.
Right. Yeah, he takes a lot of damage.
Taking all
a lot
that
of shots.
damage in. After a while, your brain just won't let, it just won't
Right.
work like it used to. And I can see that on his face. So I'm always betting against Diaz now, those older fighters that took a lot of damage and were known for banging. You know what I mean? Like even Vanderlei. I met Vanderlei at the fight the other day, bro. I was looking at him like, no, don't do this. Just stay over there. Don't do that. Ain't you already rich? Please don't do this because it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. The other guy, Hector
Lombard. Yeah.
Is he close to my weight?
I think he's an 85er.
Like an 85er?
I think he's an 85er.
That sounds like a payday.
Could be fun, man.
That sounds like a payday. I like to put some knots on his head for the money. You know what I mean? So yeah, like guys jumping into this, I hope, I hope they don't think it's gonna be easy.
Right. Yeah. That's a very common assumption.
Bare Knuckles gonna have new champions. No one from the UFC or Bellator is coming to take over Bare Knuckle. Bare Knuckle is gonna be totally new. His champions are gonna be totally vicious, totally different. It's totally different. And they're gonna jump in thinking it's easy money, and they're gonna get hurt.
I have to tend to agree with you because I think bare knuckle, man. I think they're gonna create their own stars. I think there's already a few, like Jim Ellers. Jim Ellers, I think, man. I think he's it is what it is. He's had 3 fights. He's had 3 KOs.
Especially if Feldman don't like only fight the UFC big names against other old UFC big names. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nah, mix it up. Make they ass, because they 0-0 too. They 0-0.
I agree.
They got big records, but this their debut. So I mean, even if they're the main card, don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting the guys by saying they don't deserve but mix it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Agree. Yeah,
I agree.
No,
too.
I agree because
it's kind of us against them anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when they jump in here, they're gonna have to fight the bare knuckle champions. They're gonna have to fight the people who love this shit.
Definitely. I agree 100%, man.
I mean, go ahead, Lorenzo.
I'm sorry, go ahead. To reiterate about that look on his face. Reggie Pena has that look too. That took too many shots, damn near dead, a little bit slower than he used to be. Look, that's a dangerous look, and that's what comes with those big, long records. 16 and 17 and 5 and 21, bruh. Like, and then you come to bare knuckle, you already damaged. ACLs torn, shoulders blew out, necks hurt. Now you want me to punch you in the face.
With no pads.
With no gloves. And you were never good at moving your head.
Valid point. Very valid point.
I mean, just to kind of touch back on kind of what you were saying before. I mean, you're right, because as they bring in these UFC guys and the bigger stars, the older stars from the past kind of thing, like you guys are fighting for your spots. Because like you said, a lot of these guys who are, if they were in the UFC for however long, they're coming in and they're, like you said, a lot of these guys are thinking it's an easy payday. I'm going to do this. I'm going to excel at it. I mean, Paulie Malignaggi was a great example. He's a world-class boxer, world champion boxer. He thought he was going to step in there and school Artem Lowe. Like, he really thought that he believed.
Listen to me. He was better than Artem. He punched Artem twice and broke both his hands. It don't matter. This is not your game.
It's not boxing.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not boxing. He broke his hand with a jab, and then he broke his hand. The first clean right hand he landed right on Artem's cheek. Broke his hand. He never used the right hand again. I said, oh, shit. Yeah, this is not your game. This is not your game. And a lot of boxing guys are going to try to hop over too. Like, I can do that.
Yeah.
No, because to tell you the truth, even boxing with the gloves, it makes you a little bit lazy. Because you know you can take a jab or you can take a cross and you're going to be okay. One jab, one cross, you bleeding, you got a hematoma, growing out your head, look like another baby. Looks like a baby. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
That's a true story. Yeah, you can't take a third of the shots that you can take in a regular boxing match. Even in an MMA fight, you can take a tremendous amount of shots because you've got that padding on there. You can't do that in a bare knuckle fight. It's just not. It's not plausible.
Yeah. And when I went back to the corner after round 2, I think the announcer was so surprised. He was like, "Lorenzo's face is so clean." He actually said that, bro. This is knife fighting. If you don't have good head movement, fast hands, and can hurt people without being hurt, you're not gonna be here long. You're not gonna be here long. So you know what I mean? Guys coming in like, oh yeah, I'm a banger, I'm tough. Nah, that shit's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Not without leaving with some bruises.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna cut you up, and then you got another fight. I'm ready to fight right now. You know what I mean? That's how you fight. That's the only way to survive. Like to make it big in this, you're gonna have to be able to hurt people without taking a lot of damage.
Yeah,
definitely.
The champion, when they start passing out belts, it's gonna be like you say. What's his name? Jim Ellers. That guy, bro. Look at him. He's whooping ass. He ain't taking no lot of damage.
Right.
This is what they want. This is what bare knuckle is demanding. It's demanding a freaking ninja, a assassin, a sharpshooter, somebody who can get in there and get the job done and get out of there. That's what it's gonna take.
100%, brother. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I can't wait to see you fight again, man. We enjoyed your performance in Tampa, and I just can't wait to see you fight again. Whether it's a Reggie Pena or whoever it is, I mean, seriously.
I got one more question before
you
take me off, man.
Go ahead, brother.
Why did y'all do that whole interview with Reggie and not ask him to take his glasses off? Come on, man.
I can't.
He's sitting there doing the damn interview like he's Cool Mo D or freaking or Ice Cube, and y'all like, bro, take the glasses off, bro.
Hey, man.
Off the glasses.
Somebody could show up in a clown costume. I don't give a shit. I'll be honest with you. Someone could.
You know why you have the glasses on. You want to sit there and talk shit about me, but you ain't gonna show them what I did to your face for all that shit talking for all those months. But you want to come back online and shit talk with these big ass glasses and a hat on like a battered wife. But you're not going to talk shit about me and tell me I'm a scumbag and all kind of shit. Bro, please take off your glasses.
All fair points. Can't argue.
When you beat him in the rematch, you can interrupt the interview, take his glasses right off the face, turn it into a trilogy.
God.
Fair points, man.
I didn't see it till later. I couldn't stop laughing. I had to watch it 2 or 3 times because I couldn't stop laughing. You know what I'm saying? Because he got them big ass glasses on. But okay, man. Yeah, hit me up anytime, man.
All fair points, my friend. Well, look, man, we don't want to take up too much of your time, man. We appreciate it so much. It was our absolute pleasure. It was awesome having you on, man. I like your style, brother. So we'll definitely have you on in the future. And hey, I tell you what, hopefully something happens. And I mean, not that I hope something happens to somebody, but if you get a chance to step up at the next card,
I'll be right there.
That's awesome. So
I'll be right there. I think I'm gonna try to let me weigh in when everybody else is weighing in.
Yeah, yeah, you're already licensed. You're good to go, man. Might as well jump on the scale, see where you're at.
Fuck it.
What can
All right,
hurt?
man. Lorenzo
All right.
Hunt, like I said, we appreciate it, man. We'll catch you later.
Be
All right,
safe,
bye.
man.